So hopefully this works properly. So I was able to finally set up a Minecraft server. To be specific, this is a let me just see if the file manager for the Raspberry Pi actually shows up, and it does. So Minecraft server, it is a paper Minecraft server. So basically, it works on both the Java version and the Bedrock version, and it also enables um, other devices other than just the the Xbox, PC, and the Java version and the iOS version in the same server. So basically, it's completely running, and I have set it to only use 2.5 um, gigabytes of memory. And in order for me to do that on a Raspberry Pi um, server, I had to basically. So let's just leave that one running. And let me open up Raspberry Pi Manager over here. Um, There's a newer version. Download it. Well, we don't necessarily have to do that because this one is currently working, and whenever it needs an update, I'll just update it whenever I feel like it. So basically, when you choose an operating system for the Raspberry Pi, for the SD card, or whichever type of memory you are using for the Raspberry Pi, make sure that you choose the one here, which is on the other section, and make sure that you choose bullseye opposed to the um newer version of the operating system for the Raspberry Pi, or the default operating system. Basically, bullseye has the option to basically enable you to change the memory capacity, or what do you call this? Change how the memory prioritizes which type of activity. If it's graphics, it can set the memory to prioritize graphics. If it's intensive stuff such as these, which is a server or something like that, you can switch it over to use that, and so on. So if I remember the command, let me just open up this thing. So let me just zoom in here for a little bit. So the Raspberry Pi is running on a lowered resolution also. So if I type in raspi config, I think, yep, that's exactly what it was. Sudo raspi config. I should have the option to basically change, in terms of the performance, change the amount of memory made available to um to or how much memory should the graphics card have, which is currently set to the lowest setting, which is 16 megabytes. So that should be enough. If I need this to be, per se, I want to use this as a media center rather than a server, I would opt to choose to use a much higher um, memory for the graphics. So that's pretty much it. So in order for me to basically set up the server, I need to set the graphics to only use 16 megabytes. So it allocates the rest of the memory for other processes. So I can just close this actually. So the graphical interface isn't actually necessarily needed, but it's just nice to have, or a nice option to just have visible whenever I feel like wanting to actually see the logs and whatnot. I can still see the logs in here in the non-graphical interface version. I can probably go further on by not even using any of the graphical user interface that comes with Raspberry Pi in order for me to even have way more memory or have it a little bit more stable, but I I am okay with this. This one actually runs, and this server has been running for, I have no clue, around 2 weeks, probably even more. Basically, let's see here. From the logs, it should tell me, I think, or not, which time and date this server actually started. It's actually not enough information, but it's been, let's see here. Basically, it's been a while. So I've left this server running for a long time now. Well, let's see here. So there's gonna be errors showing, but I can pretty much read um the uh the thing here that it says that it's not something that I need to currently worry about. Other than that, you also need this plugin right here, Gazer Spigot, in order for the crossplay to actually work. And yeah, and there's also other plugins that the Gazer Spigot needs, such as Floodgate. I can't really go further into that, so I think that is pretty much it. So other than that, when you run this version of the Minecraft server, it also updates it to the latest version. So I can try to test this out now. So this is the what do you call this? This one is the and also enable ray tracing, just to show ray tracing, just maybe for a little bit. Hopefully this works and does not crash the computer, even though it's not as compatible yet. So a while ago the port forward was working, but I opted to use the local IP address that is saved instead. So if I want to play on the server in the on the Bedrock version, I have to set the port to the Bedrock port that it uses. So I'll join the server. And this will take a while because I just wanted to see RTX, or I wanted to see how well RTX will perform with this version. So this might take a while, or it might not even actually load. Just waiting. So just take a while. Just gonna wait for a little bit. So there was probably no reason for me to try and see if RTX actually works, and there it is. Minecraft RTX, but it's not as compatible yet, or it's not as optimized on the Intel Arc or Intel graphics card, and it's even at the lowest ray tracing. So the one thing that you would notice once you've joined your Raspberry Pi paper Gazer Spigot server is the fact that it does not take spaces. It will clearly indicate that you are using an Xbox account or something like that in the server, because of the fact that it will not use, well, it's the Java server running the also running the what do you call this, or translating the Bedrock server at the same time. So basically it's still the Java server, but it's just translating the Java server into the Bedrock version on real time. I think that's how it works. Maybe I have no clue, but that's just that a good option. I just have this right here, like a patch of dirt uh protruding from the ground as an indicator for the spawn point, or like center spawn point right there, so I can build a structure at some point um in the game for me to actually like do stuff. So let me see here if I can actually increase the what do you call this, the render distance. Yes, ray tracing render distance to 24 maybe. So after a while the ray tracing is actually, or it gets stable. The ray tracing gets stable, and it just needs to basically load the blocks, and it'll lag for me. But this works quite well. If I were to stop ray tracing, should basically render the Minecraft world a little bit better. So the water is ray traced. I can see the clouds through the surface of the water. And interesting enough, I can't see my character in the water, or like the character's reflection. Yeah, basically. Now, if I switch over and disable ray tracing for a little bit, so I already have this starter cave for me to basically try and do stuff. So let me see here. Let me go to video. Let me disable ray tracing, and then just have a regular Minecraft, and then also kind of disable the disable or deactivate the vanilla RTX pack, because it kind of messes with the water if I want to play on like the default texture pack. Or the default visuals. So hopefully this won't take that much time. So the server hasn't crashed or anything like that. I haven't tried testing it with like a bunch of like C4 and like creative. So it's just gonna be this starter world. So if I have any difficulties and whatnot, I'll keep a note of that with this server that I will be running for like at 24/7, like the whole time basically. And then the fun thing, or the nice thing about having a server is the fact that Raspberry Pis only takes about 0.01 cent in terms of like electricity or consumption, power consumption, and that is per month. So basically it is 12 cents a year to run the server. And I think I pretty much got what I paid for. I think maybe just for like a decent server. And although it's maybe I would say there is some difficulty in terms of, it's kind of like an investment, but um it's not guaranteed that the Raspberry Pi will last forever because of the fact that, technology degrades over time, over months, or not months, sorry, over a couple of years. I just this. All right, so I can just save and quit now for this one. Now I can close this. I'm just gonna close this one now. Now I'm gonna try to open up the Java version for Minecraft. Let's see here. No, that's just the Minecraft app. This one is the Minecraft launcher. So hopefully there's no new updates or anything like that. So I can still update it or whatever. I can still update the server whenever I feel like it, but I have to actually go to the website, which is Paper Minecraft. Let me see here. Just no, that is not the website. Those are a bunch of various games. See here, Minecraft server. So just launch the Java version. So the website is this one right here, papermc.io. Basically, you just download the Paper Minecraft server, which is right here, and then you run it with the Java command and the specified, or the if you want to specify how much memory it uses and whatnot. And then there's the plugins, which is just over here on um the papermc.io website. And then just gonna be Geyser. So basically, it is recommended to use both Geyser and Floodgate, or those plugins. And also, other than that, you also kind of have to customize it in order for it to work properly with your Minecraft server. So let me just do a test here. Not quite sure if I remember the IP address, but I think it might be that one. Could be this one, maybe. Oh, it says now it actually does say outdated server. All right. So there are also other plugins that I can use and whatnot. So let me just go to installations over here. So let me go to point 2, not pre-release. This one right here, release version. Let me just create that and then click on play. So it'll just install for a little bit. So there's a new version, but I don't wanna I don't wanna update the server because it's still the Windows version anyway that I'm gonna be mostly focusing on playing on. Even though the Java version is also quite nice. Just that I have the option to play on either. And also I think it's port forwarded. So this one's gonna be it's it's in the same Minecraft what do you call this? Um Let me just close this one, right? This other one. Just automatically started running two versions of Minecraft at the same time for some reason. Now, um, and other than that, I chose what do you call this? The Microsoft version instead for performance purposes. So if I close this, it's gonna close both, I think. So I'm just gonna close this one also, the VNC viewer. But yeah, for performance purposes, I will opt in, or I will choose to play with the Windows version. So this one works quite good also. Works the same as the Java version, but it's in a different name because of the fact that I bought uh I bought multiple Minecraft accounts, I think, or something like that. So my sister has one also. So yeah, basically that one works. So it's under this, it's under the same Microsoft account. So the Microsoft version is obviously attached to my Xbox account here. And then the Java version, this one is a new Java account, which also again got a free version of the Windows version, which I have for my sister's account instead. That is quite good. So let's see here. So yeah, so that's the Raspberry Pi Minecraft. Let me just go back to VNC Viewer just so I can show the logs and whatnot. So it says right here who joined, and that is where it says here it is, or how different it is for like a Java version and an Xbox or a crossplay version to join the server. So the plugin will indicate that it is a, you know, a different version of Minecraft. And we're over here, and then for the Java version, it just instantly or automatically just allows the player to join with its attached online credentials and other stuff and whatnot. So what I wanted to show actually was, let's just go here to the Minecraft. Here is the plugins folder over here. So there's also this one, Spark, which I don't quite know about. You might have to search this one up. I think this one just comes with the server, the paper server itself, the paper Minecraft server itself. So these are pretty much the important plugins that you need to basically have in order for you to have Bedrock and Java and crossplay enabled. So if I want to update to a new version or a newer version of the Minecraft server, I would have to download the 1.2 or 1.20.4 version of the paper Minecraft server. And also I would have to update the plugins also. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. That's how you basically have a Raspberry Pi, or how you can have a Raspberry Pi Minecraft server. And I have no further advice, I think. I think the only thing that I would um say when you're trying to set up a Raspberry Pi server is um just watch guides, I suppose. Also, that would help out. This is just me pointing out what you could do. So I'm not quite sure if it's going to end up the same. So um yeah, that's just basically it. So basically watch guides in order for you to set up the Raspberry Pi server just like I did. So there were multiple guides, and other than that, I had to try this multiple times. I forgot the fact that the Raspberry Pi had different versions of operating system, so I had to make sure that I had the proper operating system installed. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it. So the Minecraft server works and whatnot. So I can just play Minecraft whenever I feel like it, and I can turn off my main computer, and also whenever my sister feels like playing Minecraft, she can also play on the same server without me necessarily uh, having to join her in her adventures.